Guys, I saw this story a few days ago. I thought you might like it. I thought it was kind of funny. I know there's a lot of people who they love fake transmissions. I've critiqued them. I personally think they're a bit like a child's toy. I critiqued them when, well, we first saw Toyota reveal their fake transmission with their Lexus EV. They invested hundreds of millions of dollars into this fake transmission, by the way. It's actually quite a complex piece of engineering. Well, Hyundai, they went and copied it. They thought, hey, this is brilliant. I mean, people are going to love this. People actually do. Some people don't. Some people love it. Porsche thinks it's idiotic. Here's what they actually had to say. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. Now, Porsche didn't say any of that, what I just said, of course, but they do think, to be honest, Porsche's engineers, they said this. Why make something worse? Why make something worse? So Porsche basically saying you're adding complexity for no benefit whatsoever. The Hyundai Ioniq 5N is a great car. I mean, it's not cheap, it's expensive, but it's still very good value for money. So I guess by that metric, you could say it's not expensive at all. It's excellent value for money. Heaps of reviews on this vehicle. Obviously, Hyundai have spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this vehicle, and they've invested huge amounts of money for marketing. So there's hundreds of videos on YouTube, particularly from one main news organization who keep doing drag races with it over and over and over, like every single week. It's getting a little bit boring for me personally to watch all this promotion of this car. It's a bit over the top, I think, but it is a good car. I don't think they need to promote the hell out of it like they are in order for it to catch on. We all think that it's good. We've seen it, right? But Porsche thinks one part of that car is pointless. That is the artificial simulated shifting. And to be fair, Porsche do have a point. In the races I've seen where the Ioniq 5, or when the testing I've seen with the Hyundai Ioniq 5, where they test this artificial transmission, it's slower, significantly slower. If you use the artificial transmission, you're basically 10 to 15% slower. I mean, yeah, that kind of does make a good point. Now, here's the other thing. The noise as well. Obviously, it's combining the noise. You're getting this kind of internal combustion noise. I honestly feel like that's cool if you're 10 years old. You know, you need that kind of thing. If you're 10 years old, you love to feel that sort of, that emotion. But as an adult, I don't think it's necessary. And especially when it's something that's just going to be adding complexity and adding cost. Now, if Hyundai, right, or Toyota and Lexus had not have invested all the money they invested into these artificial transmissions in their cars, could they not have passed on the savings and made these vehicles a bit cheaper, say 5% cheaper? Personally, I'd prefer to pay 5% less for an electric car in order to not have a fake transmission, not have a part that might have to break, not have a part that might need to be serviced at some point along the line. That to me makes more sense. But I know a lot of people don't agree with me. So what do you guys think? Fortunately, I did like seeing this because at least Porsche agree with me by saying it makes the car worse. Now, in an interview, this is what Porsche said. We drove the Hyundai Ioniq 5N and had a look at it, and obviously there's always people who think that's a good idea. Now, this was Porsche's development driver, Lars Kern. He said, we came to the conclusion that that is not what we are looking for. In other words, Porsche, they're not going to do it. So the whole idea here, guys, is it's basically a transmission that will simulate the sound and feel of an internal combustion engine. This is something many people want. Now, Lexus's version of this, it obviously it doesn't have a clutch, neither does Hyundai's, but it does feel like a real manual transmission. Porsche went on to say this. Obviously, we look into what the competition does, but our perspective on this is always, why should we make something worse? I mean, because in like just how it translates power or how power is applied, the electric engine is better than internal combustion. So we figured there's no reason to simulate what has been in the past. Basically, Porsche is saying the stick shift, transmissions, period, and internal combustion are old and inferior to electric cars, which either need only one or two. So obviously some of the more powerful cars use two transmissions, but most EVs only need one. And isn't this kind of cool hearing Porsche say this? What are Porsche diehard fans going to say about this? What are Porsche people who love Porsches? They're going to have a heart attack hearing this stuff from Porsche. Basically, Porsche is saying the future of our cars is electric, doesn't involve fake transmissions, so you're going to have to suck it up, princesses. That's what they're saying. He continued, I don't see the point of using it to make it feel like a combustion engine because it's not. We don't want to fake the combustion engine because we still produce combustion engines. So we don't see the point of doing it. Now, does that mean that Porsche will try to fake the combustion engine when they no longer produce combustion engines? I mean, when they're basically banned in 2035? Will Porsche say, well, now we can fake it because we don't produce them anymore? I don't know. But what to me is most interesting is really that Porsche themselves, their engineers are saying, the world is moving on. Internal combustion is yesterday, EVs are today, and EVs are the future. That includes getting rid of transmissions. For one, personally, I love hearing this stuff from Porsche. I love the fact that they're saying, basically, the best part is no part.